Yo, 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 yo. Get down to business. Okay, what news have we got today? What news have we got today? Have a look. ISM, manufacturing, PMI, and pricing. And then we got Euro bank holiday for a lot of places. Okay. So it might be tricky then, we got a lot of bank holidays this week. A lot. So we just have to see how things kind of get on. Need calculator, 1 second. Okay, so what were we looking at? What size is the account? Seven. 130. £135.53. Okay, so now I got 260. That's okay. So I've put more money in the personal account now. Now there's 1700 in there. That should give me just a bit more to trade with. Might be possibly slow day then if we're not going to get much news going on, which is fine. Price just kind of dropped all the way through, just like a massive channel. This is pretty much a channel from the looks of it. I'll have to go on M2 and have a look at M2. I'll get my pencil out. Possibly channel there, sweet back. Alt channel there, sweet back. Yeah, I can see that. So price is continuing to run bearish on M2. Where's the zones of potential reversal? Let's just mark some of them bad boys out. So possibly around here. Probably about 845 around there. Probably 9. Yeah, do 9. So around 9 there. Probably still sit on M2 until I see something worthwhile. Yeah, on M2 until I see something. On M2 on here as well. Very much similar price action from the looks of it. Just one big bearish channel. And I can't seem to accept that and then that to go higher. Well, that's internal. I don't like following internal sweeps. waiting. Let me see how far away we away. 40 odd pips that can go to New York. And then how far are we away from here? About 25. I could probably go to about 9 o'clock. Then we'll find out by then if we're gonna continue going higher or if we're absolutely mangled by the market. Top of the morning to you. Hi bro, how you doing? You right? How are you doing?
Welcome to Stratton Oakmont.
How you doing, man? Yesterday was wild, man. Did you see the yen? The yen, bro. The yen did a mad move, man. And it's wild because I was looking for UJ longs, right? And then EU GU kept going higher, and I was like, if EU and GU are going higher, I'm definitely not gonna freaking long UJ because there's a risk there. And then literally about 30 minutes later, 1 minute, boom. I was like, holy moly. I was in a trade before where do you remember back in September? I think it was September, where the Bank of Japan first said they're going to consider the whole situation about buying yen and stuff like that. I was in a GJ long back then in September. I remember it was on live stream and all my accounts were break even. I think I'd taken some type of partial, and then boom, 1 minute, massive candle. 30 seconds later, news release that they're gonna, you know, yeah, I was caught on that shot. I had a pending order exclusive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was on the live stream on GJ longs, and I think I was break even. I was definitely break even. I think I booked partials, yeah, and then boom, I got slipped. But that was worse because that was one candle 150 pips, whereas yesterday one candle on GJ was like 90, so not as bad. Point being, like, it's good to know when to trade and when to not trade. So yeah, that was wild, man. Absolutely insane, man. Like, yo. So yeah, it was mad. It was absolutely mad. And UJ is dropping again. It looks like we might get another push through to the downside on the yen crosses. It's crazy, man. On GJ, yeah, in 1 hour, like when the move kind of finished its drop all the way down, I think it had fell a maximum of like 610 pips in like 30 minutes or something insane. Like, oof, it was freaking insane, man. Let me go have a look yesterday. How long did it take? because it wasn't here. Oh yeah, 90 pips. So you had 90 there, and then so in 2 hours, three and a half hours, it did 610. 4 hours. Sorry, sneezed. That's just insane numbers. Like, that is just wowzer. I don't think it's an actual intervention. I think it's just like a mentioning of that they're considering it. That's a risky move though, man. With the way I trade, I try to avoid all the news events and stuff and not catch trades based on news, because then it's kind of like lucky trading, you know what I mean? Oh, bro, 4 RTP, it's moved like 500 pips. That should be like a 10 RTP at least. I don't know if today is gonna have much volume because it's the end of the month, you know, the last day of the month, but we will see. This week I was wrong on the market, I think twice. Yeah, I was wrong on the market twice, which is a shock. I've not been wrong twice in 1 week for a long time. How big was your SL? Like 200 pips or something? Or more? You have to push this over to 4 o'clock. I think yen's gonna keep going bearish. From the looks of it at the moment, price is still signaling wants to go further down on GJ. I would like to go long on GU, but don't like the idea of that. Yeah. You got Frankfurt here opening, took the low there. First leg, second leg, broke off a channel, but that's like a higher channel in it ultimately. I don't think I can long from here. Would like to go long from here, but I don't think it's possible. Whoa, all-time high. That's like, how big of an SL? How big was it? That's got to be a huge SL. I think all-time highs on UJ was like 180 or 190, bro. Damn it. 1 second. On the monthly. Oh god, it's 280 back in 84. So that's the all-time high. The recent all-time high was obviously damn it. It was 161.95. 161.95 was the recent one over here. Then you've got obviously back in 1990 you got this high here, which was 160.2, and then you got this one here at 262. That's in the 80s. Wow. That's the thing. He said all-time highs. I was like, what? That's not right. Yeah, 162. Yeah, just covering the recent highs. Yeah. Got you. I was like, what? All-time high? Oh, you rolled SL to 1.5. Yeah. I think if I was gonna short against yen, I would short GJ, not UJ. I think UJ still has possibility of going higher because of the war and stuff like that, whereas the pound isn't really affected. So the pound doesn't have any benefit or anything from the war, you know. Whereas the dollar, yeah, that boosts under war and stuff like that, so that could still strengthen against the yen. So yeah, but looking, this little melt right here is still going down. Look how that's still going, man. Look at it go. All I could do is wait for a reversal to occur because it's falling and falling. I doubt I'm gonna get an entry for a short. I have to just wait for some sort of pullback or reversal. I don't. Yeah, yen's still doing a big move. Oh, yo, look at that. Look at that. Damn. Whoa. Oh my god. Something's happened again. That's another 60 pip move. Madness. Wow, did you see that? Bro, that is funny. If you're trading prop firms, don't move anything. If you're trading prop firms, don't do anything to the trade yet. Leave it, because if you adjust anything, they're gonna breach you in it. So just don't touch anything. Just let the trade run. Let the news come out. Give it 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then start moving stuff. But if you move stuff now after they've just made an announcement, then you're trading news and stuff like that. They're slimy in the way they get you, so just be careful, man. Holy moly, is that going? We did not get 2 days like this last time. We had it just the 1 day and then price started to recover straight after. This is a full-on drop again. This means it's going to be a hard day to trade again, bro, because then price is moving so hard. It's going to pull all the liquidity out how it did yesterday. Damn it. No good. Yeah. Oh, bro. G just down 140 pips. Wow. Absolutely insane. Alan, I wish you were here to see this. I mean a different Alan. Not Alan. As in Perez. As in Lamborghini. As in Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick so dirty.
Seeing dollar yen currently down 0.42%.
Yeah, but on the 5-minute chart, it does, yeah, but you get used to stuff like this, bro. Honestly, you get used to it. Bro, look at the M1. Do you want to look at the M1 chart? Just look at that, M1. So from here all the way down here, we've got 151 pip move on M1. I'm used to like seeing stuff like this on M1 and being like, yeah, that's wild. Because on the lower time frame, it looks insane. Because it trumps like all of these candles for like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It just trumps it all. Wild. Freaking hell. Holy moly. I think we're not going to get much of a move now. But I'm going to keep watching just in case we get a pullback into the like middle of that huge gap that we just left. Because that is one ginormous gap. Like, wowza. It helps because you had an entire channel, so price just rallied through that entire channel as well. So that kind of helps. Suppose I can get rid of the channel drawings now. We've taken Asia high with a huge gap and stuff now. I would consider looking at possible shorts. Let's just see where this goes. I'm not sure where this is going to go now. If I can get a short, I'll do it. But what did he say about news? I need to... Let's go look what he said. There's nothing. He just said something about... Okay, let me go on X. Trading. No news on X. Okay. Okay. Well, we heard something about whatever the hell that was. Someone said something, that's for sure. That was wicked, bro. Oh man, you must be loving life now, bro. After a drop like that, you're loving life. You gotta be up at least another 3-4 R. But you know you had to try to big SL, probably like another R and a half or something. Right, let's go M15. Look for the next zone. Price might want to go actually go M5. Will be zone. See what happens there. Past 3. Oh, that's why. But I don't get why you would have such a big SL. I just don't get it. I don't like high time frame. I really don't. I can trade it, but I don't like it. Yeah. Let's go over here. That's gonna be a target for New York session, that low. At least you know what we're doing in New York now. Looking for price to come back and take these lows and stuff. That's another 6 pips, and then from here to here is another 7. Okay, that's fine. So there is a possibility price could come up and take this zone and then start to push down. So let's mark that zone out, just in case you get another push by another 10-15 pips. And then we would have covered that weekly high. You know what, I'm gonna, because volume's really high at the moment, I'm gonna have to cover more zones just in case. 830. There, I should be all right now. Ends falling. It took the daily, yesterday's low. Only just, but it has done it. That's gonna go over to the day. I'll have to look for more zones back here now. Might have to look for further zones further back in case you get more of a drop in it and there might be something significant that it might tag into. I think most buyers are going to get taken out there, to be honest, like most of them. What about GBPCHF? Has that? Yeah, that's done a bloody move as well, hasn't it? Look at that. I'll have to go over to Monday for that. And possibly look at New York on GBPCHF. No, nothing important. Now let's see what's gonna happen here, because if we get a drop back down, we might be able to get a cheeky little reversal play back in to the push that happened initially. We need to be careful in case it just entices traders in and drops down even further. But I put more money in the personal account anyway, so if you do catch a trade, should get a bit more on that. Hey, we're getting a bit of a push now. Would that be because it's tagged this zone here on DXY? Because this zone's been a really good level of support. Would that be the reason why maybe we're going to get a tiny little bounce? Don't know how much of a bounce is going to be though. So we will see. Bro, these London streams go two ways. They're either really boring or very... There's a lot going on. And then New York, 80% of the time has always got something going on. Yeah, buying the dip doesn't always work. You need to understand context and stuff like that, and fundamentals and geopolitics and all that sort of stuff in it. You can't just buy the dip because the yen dropped. Like today in it, obviously, if you bought in yesterday, let's go on the M15, yeah, on here. If you bought in the dip, you would idiots would have probably bought in about here saying it's doing 100 pip drop. They would have bought in here doing another 100 pip drop. That would have been another 100 pip drop. That would have been 300 pips. This would have been 400 pips. This would have been 500 pips. They would have got chopped here, chopped here, chopped here, chopped here. And whoever bought in here had some big balls right at the bottom. And then obviously that's if you're buying it. And now look at that candle there. I mean, that is, you can't just buy the dip. You have to look at context. You have to look at geopolitics and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't. They just like get greedy in it and think, oh, there's a discount, let's buy the discount. It doesn't work like that. Not all the time. This is where you need market context and stuff. Like with me, I'm purely technical, yeah, but I love fundamentals and I love geopolitics because I like to be clued on in the idea of what's going on in wars and stuff like that. So I follow a lot of like war veterans and stuff who are like strategists and that sort of stuff, and like watching their interviews because it gives you a really good idea as to what's going on with boots on the ground, etc, etc. And then that allows you to understand if there's escalations that are going to happen. Yeah, exactly. They have no idea, bro. They have no idea. Like, one thing I've learned is let the move happen. Figure out why it happened, figure out could it happen again. If it happens again and it doesn't line up with your direction, don't trade it. Because I only tried like, okay, so because I trade M1, yeah, it's the hardest time frame by far. Undeniable, unquestionable. Like to me, if I traded 4 hours and daily time frame, I would destroy all the traders, bro. Because you have to make split decision seconds, you have to read the price action really quickly. You have to understand everything technical really quickly. Fundamentals, easy, piece of cake. If you learn from Nick and then you do your own research, your own understanding, your own, you know, stuff like that, yeah, because a lot of these guys, they have similar views, so it's good to just branch out to get different types of mindsets and different types of opinions. When you get those, but they're still in line with fundamental and geopolitics and stuff, then you start to diversify the way you view the market and stuff like that. It only helps you become a better trader, because then you're branching away from what everyone generally thinks in terms of retail trading and stuff.
Nagel says, let's not forget that the baseline scenario already entails a more restrictive monetary policy.
Right, okay. So yeah, I am almost in the exact same camp. This is why I spend too much time listening to those who do know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, hello,
It's like
everybody.
all the views that I have, yeah. Obviously, they're not been here this week. I don't know why. I think they've been busy or something. But they're all technical traders. So whenever I ask them if they want me to go into the fundamentals, they ask, and I always go into it, and I try to simplify as much as I can. Shut up, Trump, man. So annoying. So yeah. Market context is one of the most important things. The only issue I'm gonna have now is how big our SL's gonna be. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll have to go to the 30-second chart, bro. Let's try 30-second chart. Damn. 20 pips, bruh. 14 pips, bruh. I have to stay in M1. 30 seconds not helping at all. What about PHF? Oh. Still an interesting move there. You're getting 20-30 pip moves in either direction now. We're at London Open. This is going to be tricky to trade. I'm wondering, do I just call it a day for London and then try New York? I'm not sure. Because I do trade New York, but I don't stream it because I don't like streaming too much. Because I just normally like to chill out and listen to music whilst I'm trading, so it's hard to do that whilst you're on streaming because you get, you know, copyrighted and blah blah blah. Also, I don't think there's any traders on M1 who trade fundamentals, you know, or have an understanding of fundamentals either. Or geopolitics. Geopolitics is interesting, I like that. Okay, so we've had the first leg and second leg. Theoretically, I can go long from here. Am I going to? No. Why? Because the SL is ginormous. I don't know where to set my TP. I don't know where to set my SL because I follow data points. And data points are normally 35 and 70, 35 pips TP1, 70 pips TP2, 100 pips TP3, and then 150 pips TP4, which rarely happens. So I'm not too sure where to target because if I go based off of R, TP1 is normally 8 to 12 R. For me to catch 8 to 12 R with a 24 pip S, 27 pip SL, let's just do 8 R. It's gonna have to be a 200 pip move. Do I see price doing a 200 pip bullish move? I don't see that. We've already exhausted the liquidity by doing a 173 pip drop. I'm not gonna expect a 220 pip move back up again. Not possible. So I don't see how I can find anything in this now, which is gonna be annoying. They'll have to look at EU and GU. They done a 35 pip move, which is quite a lot for, and then 26. I don't know, man. There's a lot of movement already happened in the market. What about gold and silver, they've not been affected by the yen as much. On M15, you had a lovely dip here. What about silver? I need to buy silver as well. Me and James have a very similar view on buying silver at discounted prices. He's buying literal silver. I would actually be scaling on silver paid positions themselves and then trying to swing them from M1. If I could swing trade silver from M1 back up to the all-time highs at 120 and 121. Yeah, I made loads of money here, bro. Oh my god. I made loads of money there, kept scaling in, and I caught like what? 900. I think I caught like 1,200 pips or 1,300 pips on silver. And then I ran out of money because I withdrew from the account. I didn't get a chance to buy the dips at 16.50. As James had the capital available. It makes sense, he's been trading for like 3 years longer than me. No, 5 years long, 6 years longer than me. So yeah, I want to start buying silver once we drop down again, if we do. Don't be emotional, bros. There's no point in being emotional, because if you look at silver, realistically, let's just go on the 4-hour time frame. It's probably gonna be a bit cleaner to see, right? So actually, let's just do daily. Okay, so obviously we had that lovely move here, right? All the way up, and then we dipped down. I think I caught literally partial taken right around the peak, and then I wanted to buy in 65 and 60, but I had no capital at that point because I pulled my money out and I built my computer with that money I made. I'll show you that computer because it's an absolute beast. This is just deviating from idea of trading for brief moments. So I built this. So that's about a $3,500-4,000 computer, top of the range spec and everything. So when that massive dip happened, I pulled all my profits out, which I made, and then I think I made like 70% on the account. And at peak to trough, I think it was like 90%. Yeah, it's super clean, bro. I've done it all white, and then I've done the RAM in RGB colors, and then I did have it set on light blue, like a baby blue, but I don't think it looks that cool. I'll show you in a second. Where's the baby blue? So if we go there. There, but I don't like that. It's too blue. I don't know how to put it. It's a bit too, yeah, so I don't like the look of that. I just did white. Anyway, let me just pull this back over to the other side now. Ni hao ma. Short view. That whenever you guys have smog in the air, we can see the air because of all the dust. Oh god, yeah. Like even in the case, yeah, I've had this computer for about, well, when was that dip? January. I think I built it in around February, I think. And literally in since February, the start of February, I've already had a bit of dust build up, and that's in the UK where there's not as much dust as there is in Africa and stuff like that, as you could imagine. Anyway, so I think James bought in. He bought in here. I remember him buying in here because he made a post on X saying you're a coward if you didn't buy. I was laughing so hard. But when I seen that dip, yeah, and I seen price come up here and dip further down, at this point I had a really bad feeling that we're not gonna push higher again, because that's when the war happened and stuff. And then I was like, with the war happening, oil prices going up, etc, etc, I don't want to be buying into silver at the moment because I'm just gonna be paying swaps for no reason. So I want to see strong US data come out. I want to see easing of the war, which is gonna push silver down further. Then I don't mind accumulating silver at lower levels, i.e. 60, i.e. 55, i.e. even 50, and then I can start position trading from there. So if I do take those trades, I'm planning on holding them for months realistically. Now I want to try and enter on M1 so I can catch stupid R, because for example on silver, if I was to for example get a tiny SL like 30 pips, because I think that at the moment they're like 20 to 30 pip candles on M1 for supply demand, let's just say 23 pips, and then I'll go all the way back up to the all-time highs, you're looking at something like 300 R. And I probably would target for probably about 140, 150, so that would be what, probably 400 R, 380 R. See right there, 380 R. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, and then I'd scale in as well on each one. So what I would do is on the higher levels I'd have like a 60 pip SL or 150 pip SL. The lower I go, the tighter and tighter I start cutting my SLs. And then because this M1 base entry will have a fast break even, and because it has a fast break even, I'll be tagged at break even. So if price does come deeper levels, so I'll have this entry here. If it hits at break even and dips further, I'll have that entry there. If it hits dips further, I'll have that entry there. If it hits dips further, I'll have that entry there. But I'll probably do something like, I don't know, 250 pips on there, 250 pips on there, and then as you come to like 55 and 50, then I'll start probably trying to do the tight SLs. So I've got a few options there in it, and then I'll scale into it. It'd be great to catch 1,000 R. If I could catch like 1,000 R, that would be brilliant. I don't know if any traders done 1,000 R on M1, because most of them are intraday traders and they just trade London session and New York session, which is why I want to swing from an M1 position, using my fundamental knowledge, using my extensive geopolitical knowledge to help push that trade to like crazy R. And it's not even for social media, because I don't care about social media. It's just personal targets I want to hit. One of my targets is because I've done 60 R, I've done 45 R, I've never done 100, so I'd like to do 100, and then I'd like to do 500 as well. But 500 will be very difficult. That will only happen via news or something extreme or severe or something. But obviously these are just ideas, innit? The ideas rarely come to fruition because the market does what it wants to do in it. So you can't really say, oh, I'm gonna do that, it's gonna happen, because we don't control the market. The market controls the market. The market controls us. Man, like zombies, he gets controlled by the market, you know. So all we can do is be reactive in it. We can't necessarily predict. All we can do is kind of react and just hope that we kind of get on the right side of the market and that sort of stuff. No movement, man. No movement at all. We're seeing DXY reject off of the daily zone right here. You can see it's starting to create that wick on the downside. We got Saturday tomorrow. Could there be an escalation in the war? Very likely, yeah. What we know is, I think if we start to see aggressive buying of the USD in New York session, I'm expecting there to be attacks. Because the market tells us a lot of stuff, man, before we know it. Also, do me a favor, Zambizi, hit like if you haven't. If you have, I appreciate it. Oh well. Neville, is your name actually Neville? Yeah. I'm gonna ask you, are you in any other trades, or is it just the UJ or whatever? What else you in? I was in AUD CHF long, but the CHF reacts to JPY so much, closed the bit that be. Yep. They're both safe haven currencies, in it, so when one of them moves, the other tends to follow unless there's a huge divergence. GU really needed that push because it pushed us above the 135 level, because if you remember, we were struggling to hold the 135. So the fact that we've had that bit of news happen has kind of supported the pound a lot. because it's held it above 135 and it's pushed it even above 160. Yeah, peace out, Neville. Nice seeing you. Hit like if you haven't. If you have, appreciate it. And just be careful with trading. Peace. Yes, Al Adani, bro. Yeah, he's done another mad move, bro. Literally, he's done another one. Bro, look at this, man. Kasme, look. So, about here, we had another drop. 1 minute on GJ, 76 pips. 2 minutes on GJ, 106. 3 minutes on GJ, 130. 4 minutes on GJ, 151. 5 minutes on GJ, 166. 7, 8 minutes, and we're basically in at 173. There's done another mad drop today. That's 610 yesterday and another 170 today. Big moves. What are you saying anyway? I don't know if there's going to be any moves now, you know, Alan. Look at that. It's just been choppy, man, since. And the like M1 order blocks and shit, bro. They're like 20, 30 pips. 15. This one here was like 30. That one there was like 30. 26, 27. I'm still gonna stick around for a bit, but I think the move's done, you know. You know when you get big moves like this, Island, yeah? Like sometimes the move's so big that you got no liquidity left. It's not like CPI where you get like a 60 pip move and then you get a reversal. This is just disgusting. And there's no entry either. I put more money in the personal as well. So I chucked another 200 and something in there. So that's 1700 now. I just need one juicy payout, bro. I want 4k payout, something like that, and then it'll be at 5k. Are you are working already? Because you get there early, innit? Oh yeah, that's alright then, chilling. Hi FX Tudor, welcome, welcome, welcome. Markets are a bit wild today.
Welcome to Stratton Oakmont.
And I get a hiya. Welcome, welcome, brother. Brother. Markets are a bit wild. They had a big drop from yen. Naturally, USD followed off the back of that. So most USD crosses are extended, yen crosses are extended. There goes majority of the market. I think gold and silver are probably still doing nothing, just chop festing central. What are you looking for anyway, Tudor? Mr. FX Tudor. Is there any markets you're looking at? VIX is up 1%, indices neutral, gas up 1%, oil is down, but crude is still 116. WTI and Brent, Brent and crude oil's international. One's which I forgot. One of these is international, one of these I forgot which one it is. Like crude oil, Brent crude. They're both still way above 100. Brent's 116. In metals are down, indices are up a tiny bit. The majority of the markets are kind of flat when you're looking at it. AD/CHF flat, AD/USD flat, CHF/JPY flat, Euro/CHF flat, Euro/GBP, of course that's flat, Euro/JPY flat, USD CAD flat, USD/CHF flat. The only one that's got a bit of movement is AUD/JPY and AUD/NZD. Bitcoin up 0.7 isn't really much to look at. ETH up 0.5 is nothing, it should be 1.5 if Bitcoin's up 0.7. Gold, silver down 0.8, 0.5. That's not anything amazing. So yeah, there's not much going on in the markets at the moment. Tudor, is anything that you're looking at?
I
Alan, where are you? Are you at your mum's or your dad's? I'll probably stick around for another 10-15 minutes. If you don't get anything happening, then I'll probably call it, because after such a big move after yen, I don't think, if the market doesn't start moving soon, I don't think it will till New York session, to be fair. Morning. You are the biggest idiot. I wanted to see what happens with the market, but yen's been mad, bro. I don't know if you've been looking at the chat or anything in Discord, but yen's done some crazy moves, bro. Because of the yen intervention. Yesterday it fell 600, well, on UJ it fell 510 pips. Then today it's done another think it was about here. Today's done another 160. So yen's on a mad one, and because yen's doing big moves, obviously USD is off at the back of that, isn't it? Look, like it's off at the back of yen doing a big move in it. So I feel like the marks are a bit depleted, if that makes sense. Because the move is so big. It's not like news where you get a 40 pip move and then you get a reversal straight after. This like a big flipping. This is boundary land 6, mate. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to see if there's any kind of reversals or anything like that. But the problem is, if you're looking at structure, I'll give you an example here on this, innit? So if you try to look at, like, for example, this demand zone here, it's 26 pips, 27 pips, man. And to get a 67 pip TP is only 2R, so I don't really know what to do with that. And the price action struck as well. So I'm just kind of waiting in it to see if there's anything better coming along, but it's not looking that good, to be fair. Price action wise, it's not looking amazing. And then very similar with Euro, innit? Euro's done a 26 pip move before London, and now London's just stuck in a 10 pip move for the last 54 minutes. Pound did a 34 pip move, and then now in London is stuck 12 pips for the last 54 minutes. So I'm just kind of, I'm gonna wait till about 9, 9:15. I think then I'll cut it, because if we don't get any movement before then, I think that's safe to say London's gonna have nothing to provide until New York session, and then might be the case of having to look at New York session to see if volume comes in then, and then you can kind of trade that. So that's pretty much it for me at the moment, man. What's going on with you anyway? Have you reapplied for your payout or whatever? Did you hear what I said or not, Haroon? I don't know if you're half asleep or something. Bloody hell, man. What to even do with this? Seriously, like what? I'm just gonna have to wait for New York session and just pray that I get something alright. Because this is what the hell. Bro, this price action is bad, you know. It's because there's so much going on in it. You idiot. That's me, I was talking to you as well. I was thinking, oh, is the guy here? Has he gone or what? Is he at work or something? I smell you, lalu balu. Waiting till Monday to get the payout. Okay, yeah. Good, I'm following the conversation, innit? Yeah, that's alright then. Working same time. Forgot. Next. I don't remember. I said something, but I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. So you get your payout on Monday, that's fine. One of my other mates went to my funded. Second. What could they called, man? Oh, he sent in a picture where you can't freaking. Is my funded something, yeah, and he got payout, then instantly breached him right after, and it's only $100 payout. Bear firm's dodgy, you know. But yeah, for me, I'm looking for something, but I got a feeling after such a big moves occurred, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get anything further. So I'm gonna have to wait to see for New York session, innit? But we already had such a big move. Don't know if we're gonna get much more in it. Gonna be a sticky one for New York session. And if we're all the way back up here, I can bring that back over as well to possible. He literally price tagged right into that zone there that I drew out, yeah. And I said, expecting an intervention, could be tricky with oil limitation via removes. Price tagged it, 160.7, boom, straight drop. I am a fucking genius. I think gold and silver been truck as well, haven't they? I think gold and silver have been bad as well. Now that we've got our range here, hopefully in New York session, yeah, it won't be so bad. We can kind of figure out what the hell's going on. So let's look at gold and silver as well. Let's flick over to Bitcoin and then indices. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on the hour chart. Obviously, the Dubai or Emirat stock market fell, which is brilliant. We've tried to regain. And then you got S&P 500, which has been good, it's going hard. That has been going hard. The session timings are weird, but that's fine. Woo! Nasdaq's been better than US 30. S&P 500 has been generally similar to Nasdaq. And then Bitcoin. Not been doing much. Bitcoin's holding up better than Ethereum, which makes sense. Gold down, silver down, platinum down, palladium down, Brent down, crude down. Yo, crude was apparently at 120. It's not good. Yo, I think I'm done, man. There's just nothing to do in London. There's just literally nothing to do. Not good. Absolutely horrendous. Right. Rune, are you still here? It doesn't know. Right then, let's go. Right, anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna have to wait for New York session. Ain't nothing happening with this right here. Literally ain't nothing happening with it. So I'm done for now. I'm gonna come back in New York and see what we can do then. Links are in the chat. Hit like. Any questions, drop it in the chat. Discord's there. Peace out. Bye.